What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg Miller, alongside Mr. TV, Eric Goldman. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to know I'm Mr. TV.
You are. You'll always be Mr. TV to me.
Thank you. Thank you.
You just saw this Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. panel. Tell me all about it. What's the scoop? What's the hotness?
I will say it was not a big panel as far as reveals or... I know, man. I know. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll still stay.
They did what they did at San Diego Comic-Con, which is they showed an entire episode. It was a suspiciously long panel again, hour and 15 minutes. So they showed next week's episode, and then they did a short Q&A. We got to see what's going to happen next week. Then they kept some secrets after that during the Q&A.
Interesting. What were the secrets?
Well, I mean, as far as people were trying to ask the specifics, like, are we going to see this villain? Are we going to see this? And there was a lot of, wouldn't that be cool? I will say, if you're looking for one mini semi-reveal, was someone asking about Coulson's cellist love from Avengers. And Jeff Loeb did have a funny line about that, saying, there's nothing Joss Whedon hasn't created that we will not mine into the bottom of the mine.
That's interesting.
It was pretty much as close as he got to saying, yeah, we're going to do that. So, the cellist will show up, and then she'll turn out to be the Wasp or something, maybe.
Here's what I want to say, Eric Goldman. I watched most of that episode 4 in there. I like S.H.I.E.L.D. I like this show.
Yeah. I do too.
A lot of people on the internet want to hate on it.
I think it's people are being kind of oddly, overly pessimistic. It has some growing pains. It has some things to work out. But I think it is a fun, enjoyable show. And I will say, that audience was such a great audience. They were enthusiastic and optimistic and everything the internet's not a lot.
Yeah.
And that was really fun, though. I was like, hey, yeah, this can be a really fun show. People were really into it. They really are loving a lot of these characters. And, so I thought it's a good episode coming up. There's some kind of cool, darker things than has happened on the show, even in the opening. I won't get specific, but there's like a little more graphic than we've seen on the show.
Sure.
And I was glad to see that because it shows that they can tonally kind of shift. Because I think one complaint has been maybe it's been a little too light.
Too many jokes. There's too many jokes. Jokes.
This episode, though it has its jokes, also gets a little sort of edgier.
I thought this was a good balance from what we saw without spoiling anything. Like you said, it's a little graphic in the beginning, and it's I think a serious, cool power, and they're trying to do it. And there's still the humor in there, obviously, like the short bus. But there's plenty of other stuff in there that I like.
And, by the way, this episode, it's been out there kind of for a while. That a little part of this episode was shot in Sweden. It's not just, Hollywood faking Sweden.
Yeah.
And they said they're going to keep doing that.
That's cool.
They shot a portion of the pilot in Paris. They shot a bit of this in Sweden. They want to make it feel international. They don't want it all be a backlot. So they're going to actually be shooting around the world, which is pretty impressive on a TV budget.
And they just got picked up, right? They're a full show now.
They just got picked up for a full season. And that was a big topic of conversation because there were so many people don't listen to other questions and they ask questions that have already been asked. Don't do that.
If you're going to do Q&As, just listen to the person in front of you.
Listen to the person in front of you. So more than one person said, hey, could any of these characters show up in the movies? And they said, and Jeff Loeb basically said, look, we didn't know until 48 hours ago that we'd have 22 episodes, more than 13 episodes.
Yeah.
That could have been it. Now we know we have 22. That would be great. It's really going to depend on the life of the show, the life of the characters. But, it sounded like, look, they'd like to do that, and now that the show's going to continue, I think it's a very good possibility.
I like that Fitzsimmons. I hope that duo gets in there. I like them a lot.
I think we're going to be seeing more of them. They were up there just now. They were really adorable and funny. And by the way, Fitz's monkey, he's all about it. He wants that monkey to appear. He wants a brilliant, brave monkey is what he said.
Well, great. Anything else we need to know?
No, I just want you to get a brilliant, brave monkey as well.
I have one. His name's Colin Moriarty.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, for everything about Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., make sure you keep it here on IGN.